Guys, hello. How's everybody doing today? How's everybody doing? Bit of an early stream today. How was everybody? Guys, I was bored, right? So I thought we continue on with some Bloodborne. Really missed this game. As you guys can tell, I've been streaming it a lot. Um, Real quick before we get started, thank you guys for stopping by. If you're watching on YouTube, why don't you try watching me live? There's a link to my channel in the description of the video, guys. Trying to grow the channel, but appreciate if you stop by. I'm usually streaming around 8 p.m. Eastern time, guys. Once I get back home, the schedule will go back to normal as usual, and we'll go back to having fun. So when this drops on YouTube, like I said, we should be back up to date on what we're doing. So if you guys want to watch me live, link to my channel in the description. Sorry. Everybody watching here, hey guys, how's it going? I did do a little bit of farming like I promised I would. So we'll see what we got. We'll take a look. I didn't do any story stuff. We're running a Milquetoast build. As you can see, we got our strength to 25, we got our fight to 20, we got our arcane to 15, so we could use the old hunter's bone. As far as weapons go, we have the cleaver to 3, we have the axe to 6. We have Ludwig's Holy Blade to 6, the Shake Diver to 3. We're trying to get everything to 6, but that requires quite a bit of farming, so we're not going to get every single weapon there. As far as firearms go, we have the rifle at 3, flame sprayer, repeating pistols at 1. We can look at our stats real quick. There you go. There you go. This is the Milquetoast build. As you can see, the origin is Milquetoast. For those of you that don't know what I'm actually doing, we're going to get our fight to 50, and then we're going to go down the whole sheet. We're going to get everything to 25. Triff is going to go to 25 first. Now we're going to get skill to 25, and then Arcane is going to go to 25. And then Blood Tinge, and then Endurance, and that's probably going to be the order we go, depending on what weapons we pick up. What we're going to do immediately, guys, is we're going to go back to the Hypergean jail. We're going to finish that up. Grab some of the stuff that's missing that we didn't get, because I didn't pick up anything at all, so we can see what's there. And we'll wrap that part up, and then we'll probably go to Hemwick and then to Forbidden Woods after. That's what I think we're gonna do, depending on how much time we have. So let's get into it. I usually don't use two-handed weapons until we get the Augur of Ebriatus, but for now we're going to be using Ludwig's Holy Blade. And so what I think we're going to do is we're going to have one heavy weapon and then one like skill weapon, right? That way we can switch back and forth. So hopefully by the time we're done, we have the third arcane to +6. And that is the plan right now, guys. That is what I'm gonna do. Just because we got him a +6 doesn't mean we're on easy mode either, by the way. We're missing a lot of damage. I'll be honest with you guys, like a lot of damage by not focusing on one stat in particular. And we also need some better blood gems, right? To slot into there. As you can see, when they buff themselves with damage, right when they stop and they I call it like rage, right, when they hit their rage, but that's really just a damage buff. That graphic, whatever it is, really makes the frames drop, like really bad. We could take a look at the old Hunter's Bone too. Pop that. Basically gives you Shadow Step. Right, there you go. That's what it does. It uses up a lot of the of our Quicksilver bullets though, so we won't be using that. It's more of a PvP thing in my eyes. But for those of you that want to see what it is, right, that's why we're getting our stats to certain places. I don't think we'll have enough for all the arcane things, but we can try. Ah, you totally nailed me. I'm there's nothing over here, guys. Remember, I did pick up this armor setup more, and it was right here. On the exact opposite side, there is the nitrous. So that is where we're headed. Eventually, we're gonna pick up some other like bloodstone shards right now. That is the plan. So I know there's a wandering madness here. Can't let him escape. There's your extra 1 bloodstone shards. There is also a closed door that you can open, I believe. Which just leads in a circle. As you can see, this is where we started. So let's go back around. My HP is hurting really bad too, so I think once we get our skill to 20 or so, more than likely we'll try to raise our HP up to about 25, just to give us a little bit of an easier time. As you can see, the level 47 and our HP, you know, is abysmal. So we'll try to work on that. We'll do our best. There's a couple things here that you got to be careful with. There's a lot of dogs here. I say this a lot, but dogs and rats, they're some of the worst enemies in the game. Mostly because of like their height, right? Your character's made for fighting like people are his body size, or at least humanoid type enemies. So when there's a dog and it's low on the ground, your aiming isn't the best. You can hear there's a pig down here. You can see that. They're poky. We'll go back to them eventually. This elevator comes into play later on. You can't really use it right now. I mean, you can try it all you want, but it doesn't work. We'll deal with that pig soon. You can see the exact opposite side. There's just another wall. There's some stuff we can't access yet. You can see there's plenty of dogs running around. If I were to just like walk out there, the pig would bum rush me. So we gotta be careful. It's an easy death for us. I don't know why I'm getting the blood bullets, but I think it's good. Okay, there we go. Good stuff, good stuff. Yeah, we can use the whip for now, but there's really not much to the whip. We're basically just playing keep away with a lot of these enemies. The reason we're using the whip basically is to get some distance, but you can see that everything is very aggressive in this game anyway, so. This is a third cane, by the way. I call it the whip because it's transformed, but this is a third cane. It is more of a skill weapon. Basically, it does good damage against kin in this form, and when it's transformed, it does good damage against beasts, because it's serrated. For those of you that don't know, Thrust is good against kin. Serrated good against beasts. Kin. Beast. Kin. Beast. Anyway, that's the basic gist of what you need to know for like weapon types, right? Doesn't seem like there's any more enemies here. I stand corrected. That's what I mean, like, that made me extremely annoying. I'm generally like a caster, guys, right? So I usually make arcane builds. They're mostly arcane. So I really just burst these enemies down from range a lot of the time. So take that for what it's worth as well. Here you don't want to aggro everything, right? So you put on your little pebble. We'll take a quick look around, but there's no items here. Except for that over there, that they're guarding heavily. Thankfully, only the person here with the pebble, even though you're pretty close to them. Excuse me, guys. I got some allergies today, but as you can see, only they get accurate. Right, so I could easily now sneak up behind this bagman. We'll call him a bagman. You see the arcane is not doing too much, mostly because even though it's at +5 right now, there's not really any good blood gems in there. So here's what looks like a hunter. I do believe they all were supposed to have different models, but you know there was like a memory issue, the PlayStation, so they did what they had to do. So that hunter had the Tonitrus. Let's take a look at it. A unique trick weapon contrived by Archibald, the infamous eccentric of the Healing Church Workshop. Striking this peculiar iron morning star flail like a match generates the same blue sparks that blanket a dark beast. Unfortunately, for reasons untold, the hunters of Archibald's time did not fully take to advice. So, it was made by a guy called Archibald. He was, I guess, the equivalent to like Tesla in this game. He made a beast weapon that is infused with lightning, which sounds awesome, right? But they said unfortunately, the hunters of Archibald's time didn't fully take, which means I guess the weapon was actually pretty good for some reason, but people just didn't like it. The weapon itself, we'll take a look at it, is as advertised. It's a club. It's a mini sword. Very straightforward moveset. Nope. I'm sorry, guys. The one major downfall with this is its durability is extremely low. Right, you can see this is 250, 250, 200, 250. Even the rifle spear is 180. This is just 100. Transforming it really messes the durability up once you strike with it. Can are also weak to lightning, I believe. Thrust on lightning, so there's a lot of damage. Right now it's not really worth having on though. And as for the rest of the map, this is basically the whole map that we've been looking at. We got all our stuff here. Right, we went down here. The pig is down there. That's where you get your Aragorn black stuff down there. So you can't even go over here. Behold the pale split sky. We are playing offline, so these messages are from the game. Over here, there's nothing. This is just like a way back around into this area here, to the jail. And they call it a jail, and I guess it's acting as a jail, but it looks more like a church almost, right? For the most part. It could have been converted into a jail, but it's hard to say because, like, you see these, unless these were like layered over it, right? Because these are bars, but this could just be the structure of the house. Could just be the structure. busted. We could take a look at what they drop. Oh, they drop pebbles. And we'll take a look at the actual pebble description in a moment. So pebble. Round pebbles that can be thrown at targets. Small pebbles found throughout Yarnum can be thrown at foes. Quite thrilling. The thing about these pebbles is they look a lot like eyes, and I believe it's implied that they're basically just petrified eyes. These witches, what we call them witches, when they grab you, they pull out like a big scoop, and they try pulling your eyes out. They're also blind, I believe. They don't have eyes for themselves. I mean, you gotta have like this is a boss that is covered in like collected eyes. Okay, kind of just making sure nobody's getting up. There is a bagman here, guys. These guys could get quite annoying at this part because there's two of them. Because there's two of them. And they are a little hard to counter, for me at least. So as you can see here, there's I mean, I don't know what this place is. I'm not sure if it's actually a jail or if it was like kind of converted into one. Right, this is where they hold the prisoners at. And then there's a room back here, and then this is where those two bagmen were at. Everything looks like it was forced open too, right? This wasn't a door. They broke these bars apart. And there is a hole here, and a crude tunnel. Just for the day, I'm bored. I got bored, and I was gonna be playing this anyway, so I thought I'd do that. Hopefully when I get back home, we can get back to the regular time. But yeah, so we haven't done much. We're just gonna wrap this part of the game up. So there isn't much here, guys, right? There isn't much here. We will go down this tunnel because this is like the last thing we have to do for the Hypogean jail. And it leads outside. And I know it all looks the same, but we're in a very like peculiar place, right? And we won't go too far down. And I'm sure you guys don't notice, but there is something over here. There's also an old hunter here. They don't show you what they look like, they just say summon, etc, right? So that's Defector and Tal. We will summon him. Just to see him, and if we die, we die. Just keep in mind that when you summon like people, I do believe your stats get cut a little bit. And there he is, that's Defector and Tal. He has the church pick. So he was a church hunter. And we can take a look over here. Let's see what's going on. Here's Dark Beast Carl. Like most enemies, you just want to stick close to his feet. but I'm holding. He wants to charge back up. You could really let him have it. He spends a lot of time playing back up, so if you can hit him hard, he's usually fine. My biggest like suggestion, guys, when you're fighting like these large enemies, is just stay close. Stay close to them. And there you get the Spark Hunter's badge. And that is the end of the jail. Nothing else here. Sorry, my voice is real scratchy right now, but nothing else here. There is a hidden passageway. And let's talk about this now because we'll be going back around. This goes to Old Yharnam, right? So if you go to Old Yharnam from the top, the guy will tell you to leave everybody alone, right? If you make a dash all the way to the bottom of Old Yharnam, you know, you finish it up, you can come back around from this side and go up the ladder and talk to the hunter there, and he will tell you to leave the beast alone, and as long as you leave him alone and he's cool with you, he should give you the powder keg hunter badge. And then as long as you don't attack the beast, you guys are cool, and you'll get some like lore on the beasts. If you didn't know by now, the beasts are people. They're people that have been taking this blood and they just ended up transforming. It should be pretty obvious at this point. So there's no need to go over there. We already did that part. That's Old Yharnam. That's where you go to the Bloodstarved Beast. Let's start the beast. So you can actually take this whole way around, right, and do Bloodstarved Beast later on. No, you can't. No, you can't. You have to do Bloodstarved Beast first, because then the doors will open. And there you are, guys. We're done with that part. We do need some more. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Let's go to Cain to 8. I mean to 6. Alright. And as far as blood gems, we don't really have that many, so we can't do much with it. We could do like the paltry physical attack up. As far as weapons go right now, we don't have too many. And I do believe we're coming up soon on the Rider Palash. Not quite yet though. Not quite yet, but we are coming up to it soon. What I do think we're gonna do though is
very well, let me
get our level up. So here's the plan, guys. Skill's gonna get to 25, then we're done with skill forever. We're gonna get Vite to 25. Then we're gonna work on either Arcane or Blood Tinge. I have to see what weapons we're gonna get next.
Farewell, good hunter. May you find your worth in the waking world.
You can see my guy's doing emotes for no reason. And I think we're gonna go to Hemwick. We're gonna go to Hemwick, that's what we're gonna do. Oh, so I don't think I showed this off yet as well, guys. We did pick up the Black Church garb, so if you guys want to see what that looks like. It's not a bad set at all. I think this is it right here. Surgical long gloves, and let's take a look at the description. Okay, attire of the Healing Church Hunters. The holy shawl, symbol of the Healing Church. Flood is probably on their backs. Most Healing Church Hunters are elementary doctors who understand the importance of early prevention of the scourge, achieved by disposing of victims and even potential victims before signs of sickness manifest themselves. So, you know, the best way to, in their eyes, is to stop a plague is to, you know, instead of treating I guess you could call it treatment in a way, is to kill anybody that's infected or who might be infected, kill them, burn their bodies, get completely rid of them, and that way the sickness doesn't have a chance to spread. That's their logic behind it. So whenever you see a church hunter around here, basically that means that they're going to get rid of somebody. So that's why there's, you know, their attire is synonymous with fear, because once you see somebody dressed up like this walking around, somebody else is going to die. It might be you. But there's a black church hunter set. Father Gascoigne's set is kind of like a modified version of the black church guard. So you can mix and match Gascoigne's garb with the hat. It looks really good. Right, he has a hat, but it's more of a hat from a foreign land, like his father's hat. Right. But you can mix and match the church garb. Right, and you could use like Gascoigne's gloves. And you could make something pretty similar, like, you could argue that those are his white gloves, right? So if you know, fashion souls, guys, right? Fashion souls. I used to rock like, this is an old costume of mine. It'd be Gascoigne's chest, black church hat, 100 gloves, 100 trousers. That was like one of my armor sets. Right, or you can do like, the Yarnum one, doesn't look too bad. But that was an early set of mine. Another set I used to wear would be like the Yarnum Hunter garb, Gascoigne's hat, the regular hunter's gloves, and then the regular hunter's trousers. Things look fairly good together in this game. Mostly because they're all dark colors and flowing jackets and robes and stuff, so... This is another set of mine. This is when I used to relay main the rifle spear and the rider palache. Yargle set, mostly for the defense. I'm missing it. There it is. And we can take a look at the items that dropped right from getting the badge. Let's take a quick look. All this there is the Tonitrus. You can see there's nothing else there. In this side, there's nothing else here. What is here is because we did the Chalice Dungeon a little bit, is the Tomb Prospector stuff, and it looks great. It looks great. My arcane builds usually wear Tomb Prospector stuff a little bit, like at least a chest. We will get that soon. We'll take a look at it, guys. We're not finished with the Chalice Dungeon, so we will come back to it eventually. Now, in terms of story, like what I suggest you do is Cathedral Ward. My route is slightly longer than a lot of people's, mostly because I like to go to Hemwick first, and that's because I want access to my runes, right? So we go to Hemwick first usually. We call the Hemwick Witches. We get the rune tool. That way we can use runes, and then we start clearing out the rest of the game. That is usually what I like to do. So we're gonna kind of try to run there as quickly as we can. And then if I have a build that uses a lot of two-handed weapons, I try to Get the arthritis.
Alright, a peek to the not the old town. I doubt there's any more out there. God save us. Yarnum's done for.
So when he says that, usually you have all the survivors. There is like one last survivor you can technically get. If you get him and you send him here, you will mess up her storyline, I believe. And you'll mess up her storyline. And you'll mess up her storyline. Even though only she has this like extra storyline in her. And depending on what you do, she has some extra stuff, right? But if you send the next survivor, when we come across him, I'll tell you who he is. But you will ruin storylines if you send them over here. So just be careful with that. If you're trying to get like a particular ending, I suggest you leave him where he's at or send them to Yosefka's clinic. But this is the young lady.
Hello, dear. You weren't lying. This is a safe place. Thank you. I'm in your debt. I'd like to tender my thanks, but I haven't much to offer. All I can give is my blood. But would you even take a whore's blood?
Now, we could take her blood or refuse it. But something important is going on. We'll refuse it for now.
I see. I suppose that's natural. If you ever change your mind, you know where I'll be.
So she offers me her blood. She asks if we want a whore's blood, right? Or if I could accept a whore's blood. Basically, her blood is like similar to Yosefka's blood. So you can see it restores a lot of HP, gives you, I think, HP over time. Right, and the woman will give you these bloods. This blood is like, they're very special. They're considered special. She could give you her blood. She could give you her blood. They all act pretty similar. Right? I do actually think this vial is Adela's blood. Right, so I think if you have Adela's blood, you can't get her blood. And vice versa. And I know you didn't notice it. I don't wanna reload the whole game because that's gonna take a minute. But when I start talking to her, she stands up and she starts like listening. She's like eavesdropping basically. And the storyline is that she'll get jealous of her. She thinks she's like impure and unclean and stuff like that. She will eventually kill her. That is a storyline. I don't think we'll be getting it. So just take that for what it's worth. If you take her blood too much, she will eventually die. You see, I've already received blood. I didn't get her blood. I did get Adela's blood though. So I would have to use it. We will use it later on. Don't forget the other survivor. He would end up here. It was the guy that does the opposite of everything you say. So if you send him to the clinic, if you tell him go to the clinic, he will come over here. And if you tell him go over here, he goes to the clinic. He doesn't have much aside from just talking shit to people about about people. So not much to his storyline. And we can't get our blood. Alright, so we'll get it later. What I want to do now, guys, is I want to get to Hemwick. So we're just gonna start running. Right. This is Running Simulator, the game. That hunter, you can summon for a boss fight over here. We don't need them right now, so we're not gonna do it. And as far as all this stuff goes, basically run. Now the boss is over there, but we make our right left. Right? They won't follow you far, guys, so don't worry about them too much. We got a bloodshot eyeball. Let's take a look at it. Material used in a Holy Chalice ritual. So this is for the Chalice dungeons. This is to make certain dungeons. Material used in a Holy Chalice ritual. An exquisite eyeball removed quickly after death, or perhaps even before. Used to unlock the seal of the old labyrinth in your tomes. Both Hunter's Mark. That just sends you back to the Hunter's Dream, guys, without like spending. I mean, that sends you back to the lantern. So if you're in trouble, you can use the old Hunter's Mark, and I'll send you back into a lantern. But you'll keep your blood echoes. So if you're in trouble and you want to go back and you want to hold on to your blood echoes, that's what you do. Now there is a lot of stuff in here. Well, not a lot of stuff, but there is some stuff here. We're gonna take the scenic route. They will follow you all over. Because even my expert pistol didn't do anything. Right? And like I said, dogs, very annoying. Also guys, if you notice, we are using Ludwig's rifle. We get that up +3, put the gem in there, HP goes up +2. Let's take a look at this. A bunch of physical attacks. I do believe that when you transform it, the damage is blunt. So we can take our time here, thankfully. So okay. You can see we're in Hamwick. A lot of dancing ladies. Funny enough, there's a very similar village in Bloodborne, but it's more based off of the movie Midsummer. Right, there's like a lot of dancing ladies there. And the Windmill Village. She has a really cool, like, heated shovel that you can't get in the game. And you can see all the guys are, like, dead. Even though I think this is a chick here. Here's a guillotine. Right, so all the dudes are dead, there's only the ladies. They're plucking out eyeballs. That scared the crap out of me, by the way. You can see it there. This is the second part of a shortcut, so we will not find any items here, but we'll come back around. Alright. So let's try to get this done, at least a little bit. Because I know we can. We avoid that because there's some ladies here that throw stuff. So if you were to go over there and grab it, you'll basically get firebombs thrown at you. So cool, we have, we're getting some twin bloodstone shards, which we can definitely use. And as far as over here goes, I usually avoid this first troll. That way we can get this witch over here. I don't think they're witches. Right, but that's what we call them. And then you could deal with this troll after. You can see that was a closed gate. There is a path over here. Down here, hit an enemy. Alright. I think she would just grab you and like try to slit your throat, so be careful, guys. There are a lot of crows here. Right, if you want to the structure. Use your arena to your advantage, guys. Here's the shortcut. We don't need to go all the way back down here, so we'll just activate the elevator. There's an enemy around this corner, guys, so just be careful. Usually I could shoot her, but she sometimes hits me anyway. And then from here you can get aggro if you want. Don't fight on this bridge, guys. Bad idea. Bad idea, like I said. And then from here, this is what I usually do. I will run down over there. And we could come back for that stuff, but that's what I like to do. And be careful here, there is an enemy. Usually by this point, guys, like, let's talk about like what I usually like to do with my build. I would be like some kind of a hybrid arcane build. I would have a Soul Spirit, it will be +6. And I would usually have a Fire Gem in there at this point. And my arcane will be pretty high. And I would have some, like, you know, I would have the Flame Sprayer up there as well. And we do have the Flame Sprayer, but we're not going to use it right now. They're giving you a lot of stuff for the Chalice dungeons here, because it's time to make your next one. Take a look, there's nothing out there for miles and miles. If you rush out there, she basically just pushes you. I'm not sure if she pushes you off. I don't think so. There is some stuff over here, guys, but take your time. There's no need to rush anything. Epic fail. The whip's range is deceptively small, by the way, so just be careful. I advise you to just keep swinging until they die. That's your best bet. I don't want her to pop back up at the bottom, so make sure you don't shut it. And as far as this part goes, right here there is someone behind this door. Behind this wall. Right? Sometimes her AI gets messed up like that. But if you walk through here like this, she will just grab you. She's right here, guys. I mean, I didn't mean to do that. These keys way too close for me to engage right now. I don't fight these guys super well. I usually just parry them. But he's giving me like almost no choice right now. I'm glad to see that work though. Get off of me. When you make it here, it's important to open this gate, guys, just in case you die. Just take a moment to look at your surroundings. There are a lot of dogs over here, so what I want to do is kill this guy. That way he's not a problem. And you don't gotta fight him like the way I do, right? You can parry him. You can try to go around them. We're trying to bait out that big hair. I forgot that it had two parts to it. Like I said, there's a lot of dogs around here, so just be mindful of that right there, like right there. You see, these are ready around. No matter what I do. They just like to be little assholes, right? So you gotta beat one back. See, everyone's giving us issues. Everybody's giving us problems right now. Everybody's giving us problems, guys, but it's okay. Make sure you come back here, guys, especially if you're going to start using runes. And I know it's scary. I have fallen off here once or twice. But get that rune. We'll take a look at it now. That's the lake rune. A cow rune that transcribes inhuman sounds. The transcription of the great ones in human voice. Let me get closer to see that. This transcription of the great ones in human voices ripples like a water reflection. This rune means lake, and those who memorize it enjoy reduced physical damage. Great volumes of water serve as a bulwark guarding sleep and an augur of the Aldrich truth. Overcome this hindrance and seek what is yours. So I do believe what it's supposed to look like is like the surface of a lake, right? And the lines going underneath are like the ripples of the water. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, right? Yeah, there's not much of the other things here to grab, but just make sure you get that. You know, all these runes do add up. And you're gonna, you know, if you're a collector, you want to get everything. As far as this part goes, if you could get in here, kill this big guy quickly, do it. He's guarding a chest. Nice tempering blood gemstone. I would say get back out of there though, because there's like a patrol over here. Don't worry too much about the damage you take unless you take a whole lot of it. There's literally nothing else down there, right? Did I forget to pick this up? There we go. Make sure you get everything. I'm not sure if it's going to be there when you come back, so grab all your gems. We'll take a look at those gems momentarily. As far as this place goes, you see this little crack here? Just kind of disturb it a little bit. Wandering Madness will pop out. Make sure you can get your 20 stone shards. If you haven't been farming shards like me, you're going to need all these shards, so make sure you get them. And we could take a look at the gems. There's your physical attack up. We got an adept one, thrust attack up. If you're using thrusting weapons, guys, this is what you want to put on them. This goes good with the rifle spear. It goes good with the rider palash. It goes good with the Turrican if you're just using its R2s. All thrusting weapons, basically. If you're using the saw spear and using the R2s, it helps it out. I think it goes best with the rifle spear and the rider, though. And then we have the physical attack up, and it adds slow poison. Slow poison isn't that great. You want rapid poison in this game. Rapid poison is basically the equivalent to Elden Ring's bleed, right? So once you stack up rapid poison, it does a big burst of damage. Is basically bleed. Very good on certain weapons. In particular, the whirligig. So if you pop some of these on rapid poisons and you just use its transformed L2, you will do massive damage, guys. I promise you. Physical attack up, you know, some basic stuff. And here's the boss here. I think we could get away with just this. Some other stuff, by the way, guys. If you kill the boss in the church before you come over here, it will transition to night. This whole area will be a lot harder. There will be different enemies that spawn. So if you want to get it done a little bit easier and quicker, just do what I did and hold off on that part of the game. Now the boss here, the Witch of Hamlet, she's invisible. You can usually tell where she's at because it's like a floating red spot. Be wary with the boss because eventually she does throw orbs that keep you still and then she'll like scoop your eyes out. Also, she does that AoE and it does not feel good. Try to stay topped up on your health. You can kill these enemies if you want. They go beast mode though if you don't kill them quickly. They do like a 100-hit combo. Be careful. And she is not done yet, guys. Hit the boss fast, hit the boss hard. You usually won't have any problems if you do that. And you can deal with these guys, like I said. Make sure you kill them quickly. We got a trophy, guys. It's the Witch of Hamwick. This is the first time killing her on this account. So if you see that little blue box, that's what it's saying. Now make sure you go down here, guys, because you want to get this. The ruined workshop too. And this poor hunter, I guess he got tortured here. They pulled his eyes out, whatever. So he actually managed to make it over here and then died. So now we have access to our ruins. Cool. Very cool. And I think we can level up a little bit.
Welcome home, good hunter. What is it you desire? Very well, let me...
So the plan is to get skill to 25, and then we'll work on blood tinge. We're gonna need blood tinge coming up, I believe, so we'll work on blood tinge next.
Farewell.
We won't need it quite yet, but also we have to work on the leveling of these weapons. I'm not sure what you guys want to see in particular. We could get the Saw Spear to... We don't even have enough gems for it. If we get the Saw Spear to +6, we can just drop a fire gem in there and it'll be our fire weapon, but it won't be that effective, honestly, because our arcane is pretty low. So unless we're fighting beasts, it won't be too much. There's a rifle spear, there's the stake driver. We could work on the nitrous. We could get it to +3 actually. And this does go with like, it does really go with blunt attack up. You can even put like all bolt attack in there. Just keep in mind when you turn your elemental, guys, that it'll just scale off your arcane, like period. Right, so you could do physical and blunt, and then transform will be the bolt attack. And use that for kin enemies. We haven't seen any kin in the game yet, so stay tuned for that. But if you guys want to see anything in particular, we can work on it. So take a look now, let me know. Right, we can do the Kirk hammer. Oh, we could do the rifle spear if you guys would like. We could do the stake driver. Up to you guys. It'll be like our secondary weapon that we'll pull out from time to time. So yeah, I'll give you guys a moment. So you know, we have the saw cleaver, saw spear, hunter's axe, threaded cane. We have the Kirk hammer. Excuse me, guys, 1 minute. Sorry about that, guys. I do have to get ready to go, so we're gonna have to cut the stream a little bit short. We will pick things back up, but we do have access to the rooms now, so let's take a quick look at that. We'll do this when we come back, guys, where we have some runes. I want to say thank you guys for stopping by. I hope to see you guys later on when I start streaming again. Hopefully by Friday or Saturday we will start back to normal by streaming, by my streaming schedule. So if you're watching on YouTube, this is like an old upload. I should be streaming every weekday around 8 p.m. guys. Stream for a couple hours. We stream a variety of games, but we are going to be doing a little bit of Diablo, a little bit of Bloodborne, possibly Multiverses, although I don't think so. But we'll see how it goes, guys. Thank you guys for stopping by. If you want to watch me live, there's a link to my channel in the description of the video, guys. See you later. Have a good one, guys.